Hello grade 10s, we've already learned so much about measurement. So today we are going to see how Thandi and Lebogang use their measurement skills to work out what they need to tile a floor. It's useful, so let's go and see.
Look, you should have done a few things before you went to the shop, like measuring the floor and working out the amount of tiles. I mean, these are the basic steps, you know.
Yeah, well, not me. You are the math expert. I'm a PE teacher, physical education. I coach sports, not abstract theories.
Whatever you are, everyone needs math literacy skills. It teaches you the logic and means to apply math to situations in everyday life, whatever your persuasion. My word, what a mess!
I think I should phone and postpone my date, eh?
Really don't care about you and the woman in your life, hey? But before you call her, let's see how far we can get. Let's start by clearing up this mess. So, where's your measuring tape? Obviously, the first thing we have to do is measure the floor. Have you decided which way you're going to lay the tiles? This way or that way?
Does it make a difference?
Of course it makes a difference. We're going to be working in rows.
I prefer it like this.
Hey, we'd better get a move on. We still have to work out how many tiles we need in a row. Did you measure the tile? Why not? Oh, never mind. Let's do that now. Let's measure the width and the length of it.
The width, 20, and the length, 30.
Great. And then what we do is you take the longest side of the tile and divide it into the length of the floor, because this is how they're going to sit, right?
Oh, wait. Let's make sure I've got it. You take the length of the tile into the length of the floor.
That's right. Now, let's see how much we get.
2.5 divided by 30, 0.08. But that means I need less than a tile to finish the whole kitchen. It can't be right. Let me do it the other way around.
That's not the problem. You must convert your measuring units. You can't divide centimeters into meters.
Ah, of course.
You should remember that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So 1 meter is 100 times bigger than 1 centimeter. With any calculations, you can't work with meters and centimeters at the same time. That's why Lebo got an answer of less than 1 tile for the whole floor. He used meters for the floor and centimeters for the length of 1 tile. If 1 meter is 100 centimeters, then 2 meters is 200 centimeters. To convert from meters to centimeters, we need to times by 100. 2,5 meters will be 250 centimeters.
Right. Okay, it's 8.333 tiles.
Yes, 8 1/3 tiles. But you mustn't become a slave to the calculator. You must think about what you're doing. Okay, if you have 8.3 tiles, it means you'll need tiles for 9 rows, because the last one is going to be cut, obviously.
Yeah, I've got it.
Now let's see if you can calculate how many tiles we'll need across in rows. I'm sure you can calculate that one.
1 tile. Okay, I'm going to take the width of the floor, which is 1 3/4 meters, divided by 20 centimeters, the width of the tile. All right, now I won't do the same mistake again. I'll make sure that I convert everything into centimeters. 175 divided by 20 equals to 8.75. But how? No, wait, man. I can't buy half a tile. Maybe I need... I need 9 rows of tiles.
Great! You've got the hang of math literacy. Now, how many tiles do we need altogether?
Okay. 9 times 9 is equal to 81. 81 tiles. Cool.
81 tiles actually covers an area that is bigger than the floor area. 81 tiles would cover an area that has a length of 9 tiles using the long side of the tile and a width of 9 tiles using the shorter side of the tile. Let's compare this with the actual floor area. The area of a rectangle is its length times its breadth. So that's 2,5 meters times 1,75 meters. That comes to 4,375. This answer is in meters times meters, which is square meters. So the floor area is about 4.5 square meters in area. How does that compare with the area of tiles that Lebo plans to buy? He wanted to buy 81 tiles. Each tile is 30 centimeters long and 20 centimeters wide. So the area of each tile is 30 times 20, which is 600. What unit is this 600 measured in? It will be measured in centimeters times centimeters, which is square centimeters. Now we have the area of one tile. There are 81 of these tiles, so we can multiply by 81. 81 times 600 equals 48,600, and this is still in square centimeters. Let's compare this area with the floor area that we calculated. We face the same challenge that Lebo and Thandi faced. We can't compare square centimeters with square meters. We need to convert them to the same square units. We could convert them both to square centimeters, or we could convert them both to square meters. When we convert square units, we need to remember that they are made up of units times units, meters times meters, centimeters times centimeters. Let's convert using simple numbers first. What is 1 square meter in square centimeters? What do you expect it to be? To find this, remember that 1 square meter is 1 meter times 1 meter. We know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters, so that's 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters. And that comes to 10,000 square centimeters. That's a lot more than you guessed it would be. So, when you convert, you need to multiply by 100 times 100, which is 10,000. Let's try that with the area of the floor. 4,375 times 10,000 will give us 43,750 square centimeters. Compare that with the area of 81 tiles that Lebo wants to buy. The floor area is more than 43,000 and the area of the tiles is more than 48,000. Let's work the conversion the other way around now. What do you think we must do to convert the area of the tiles to square meters? Have a look at what we did to convert square meters to square centimeters. We multiplied by 100 times 100, 10,000. To convert the smaller unit, the square centimeters, to the bigger unit, the square meters, it makes sense to divide. We divide by 100 times 100, which is 10,000. So 48,600 divided by 10,000 is 4,86 square meters. So when we convert from square centimeters to square meters, we need to divide by 10,000. After all that converting, let's see what it is we wanted to compare. We wanted to see how the actual floor area compares with the area of the tiles. The area of the tiles is quite a bit more than the area of the floor. Why is that? It is because Lebo and Thandi can only buy whole tiles. So although they only need 1/3 of a tile on the end of each row, they still had to buy whole tiles for this row. Although they only needed 3/4 of a tile on the end of each column, they also had to buy whole tiles for them. So the difference between the area is because of the wasted leftover bits of each tile. Let's go back and see how Lebo and Thandi are getting on.
Tile shop, here we come again for the last time.
Hey, not so fast. How many tiles are there in each of those boxes?
5.
And how many boxes do you already have?
10. I know, I carried it each and every one of them.
Well, I'm happy to announce we have the final answer. We need 7 more boxes. That will give you extra tiles just in case any of the others break.
Sure. Okay, let's go. But I'm not leaving you behind. You are coming with me. What? You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a professional tiler in action. You've got measurements, you've got tiles, and so on. But I bet you there's more to tiling with this math literacy thing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They don't measure tiles the way we did. They simply work with areas. And then they know exactly how many tiles go into 1 square meter. Then they add 10% to the end tiles, the ones that will have to be cut.
Now tell me, it would have saved us lots of trouble. How do you know this?
You know us math literacy people. We're considerably smart. Besides, you got to learn about measuring and converting units. Something you'll never forget. To get back to your question, the other day I met a paving expert.
John Kok designs and lays paving for a living. John shared some maths tips he uses to calculate how many bricks he needs to pave a triangular area.
In measuring the surface area of a triangle, there are basically 2 types of triangles. The first one would be a triangle with a 90-degree corner. When one measures a triangle with a 90-degree angle, you take the upright times the base divided by 2. But when we look at the triangle like we've got on my left here, without the 90-degree angle, you would take the base times the perpendicular height divided by 2, which would typically give you the surface area. The base was measured as 4.1 meters, and the perpendicular height was measured as 3.4 meters. What we then do is take 4.1, multiply it by 3.4, and divide it by 2, which would typically give the answer of 6.97 meters.
Once John has calculated the area in square meters, it's easy to calculate how many bricks he needs. The paving catalogue will tell him how many of each type of brick fit into a square meter. Square meters are the unit for any shape of area. A 12 meter by 1 meter rectangle is 12 square meters. So is a triangle with a base of 4 meters and height of 6 meters. So is a circle with a radius of 1.95 meters. If you know the formula for calculating the area, your answer will always be in a square unit of measurement, like square meters, square centimeters, or square kilometers.
Maths is without a doubt an integral part of our job. I do not think we can do anything without math calculations. From simple calculations as we looked at on calculating surface area, to calculating the materials and the quantity of bricks that's available, to calculating the other materials that would be needed.
Tell me, why didn't you take the space between the tiles into consideration?
Well, it's so small, it doesn't make much of a difference.
I know so much about this stuff. I could become a math literacy teacher. Tell me, what are we going to lay the tiles with?
Man, we don't have tile cement.
Tile shop.
Well, it looks like Thandi and Lebohang still have more things to do to get that floor tiled. But by now, you are ready to tackle any calculations relating to surface area and a whole lot of other measurements. You will find more questions to practice with in the measurement task video. Also look at www.mindset.co.za/learn for more information about measurement. Goodbye.